Here we go. What is up, everybody? This is Nick Fiore of Fiore's Nation right here on YouTube. It is Tuesday, July 29th of 2025. It's about 7:45 on July 29th of 2025. I tried to press the record for recording video. Not supposed to be live here. Try to record this to upload, but this is live though. I thought, but anyways, discussion another time. Not worried about it. I mean, whether live or taped, recorded, then uploaded. Either way, I am here to give you the Raw review from last night's Raw from July 28th of 2025 from Raw last night, taking place live from Detroit a night ago. I am having this Raw review the day after the show, and a reason for it. Actually, I'll give a couple reasons. A, work today, 7 a.m. to 3:30 p.m., and there was no way I could do it after Raw last night, and was with Pyro for Raw cast coverage, but sadly not the case anymore because of work. And then I'm going for a new job, and then I'm trying to get a new job, going for a job interview at 11 a.m. this Friday, August 1st. Hopefully, I get a new job then. I don't know what the schedule's going to look like if I do get a new job come Friday, what the schedule's going to look like. There will be Raw post-show reviews here on the channel in the future going forward. So whether I get a new job or not, come Friday and on a job search, trying to find a new job, whatever happens, if I do end up finding a new job and what the schedule looks like, I'll keep you guys posted. I'm sorry with my tongue, teeth bothering me in my mouth. So if I'm doing that, that's why. But anyhows, yeah, the job hunt still continuing, trying to find a new job. The job I'm currently at, I'm very unhappy and trying to find another new job. I'm going for a job interview Friday. Hopefully that works out pretty well. So keep my fingers crossed on it. And hoping nothing but the best for come Friday in the early afternoon, late morning, early afternoon. So whatever happens Friday, if I do end up getting a new job and all, what the schedule looks like, I'll let you guys know. But if I get a new job, depending on the hours, you should still be getting a Raw post-show review here on the channel Fiore's Nation going forward. Also, today, really work today. Was all right. Did a lot of running around and that kind of stuff. And tried to get something done, couldn't get done. Long story. Then I had a doctor's appointment about 2 hours ago, over 2 hours ago, 5:45, that I had to go to, and I couldn't avoid that. And that's why the review, the Raw post review the day after Raw here on the channel is this late. Going forward, it should be like 5:30. These Raw post show reviews the day after Raw. For now. Now, with my current job, I work every other Tuesday, and Tuesday was one of those days today that I worked. Next Tuesday, I'd be off. So that being said, for now, the Tuesdays I don't work, the Raw post-show review the day after Raw should be somewhere in the Tuesday afternoon, not this late, but like early afternoon. On the Tuesdays I don't work, with the job I have for now, until I hopefully get a new job. Again, what my schedule looks like if I do get a new job Friday, I'll let you guys know. So yeah, if I didn't have my doctor's appointment today at 5:45, most likely than not, 5:30, you would have gotten the Raw poster review the day after Raw last night at that time then. But because of my doctor appointment, it had to be this late, so I apologize. Going live for this Raw poster review the day after Raw from last night at 7:45. I know it's almost NXT, and I apologize for that, but there's nothing I could do, honestly, and I just really wanted to get a Raw poster review in this week. And then, like I said moments ago, I'm no longer working with Pyro Productions because, for reasons just going live at 10:30, then when I work on a Tuesday, Got to go to bed at 11:30, no later, to get up for work on time the next morning. And it just wasn't working out. And so we mutually parted ways for that, Pyro and I. But no hard feelings whatsoever. We're both still really good dudes, me and Pyro. No hard feelings whatsoever. So I just wanted to clear the air on that and get all that shit out of the way. And just tell you guys while I have the chance. But we are going to talk about Raw, though, from last night. Not really much. I'm probably not going to go long for this review here because not much happened last night. I mean, the Raw the past few weeks has been fine. Nothing groundbreaking excitement, but though I will say much better than SmackDown, and it's not rocket science, and I don't think it's hard to see why. But Raw last night, it wasn't a horrible show, but there just not much was going on last night to get you more excited for SummerSlam this Saturday and Sunday for this weekend, which I will be there live for both night 1 and night 2. So if you guys are going to SummerSlam, I will be there. I might run into some of you guys, so just look out for that. Gave my SummerSlam preview predictions with Adam Carl this past Saturday on episode 5 of the Forbidden Podcast. Really good listen. Go check it out. We also, on that video, paid tribute to the immortal Hulk Hogan, who sadly passed away at 71 this past Thursday. Also, speaking of whom, Hulk Hogan tribute video was last Thursday as well. Went almost 40 minutes. Really good listen. Go check that out as well. We had the SmackDown watch party with Mitch and I this past Friday. That watch party, might I say, very entertaining and all. Mitch would know. So there's that. We also got another SmackDown watch party this Friday for August 1st for the SmackDown the night before SummerSlam this weekend. Mitch will not be there, but I will be there as well as Adam Carl. So no Mitch for the SmackDown watch party this Friday, but it will be me and Adam Carl in the house for SmackDown this Friday, the night before SummerSlam. So look forward to that. Make sure you hit the like on the video if you're watching this. It'd be greatly appreciated. And make sure you subscribe to Furious Nation. At least 230 subscribers. I get 231 now. Just getting some recent subs. Greatly appreciative, and thank you so much. You have no idea how appreciative this is, so thank you. Make sure you subscribe to Furious Nation. And again, hit the like on the video. And when you do subscribe to Furious Nation, make sure you turn on the bell for all notifications as well. So make sure you go do all of that. And X, or Twitter. Still Twitter to me, but I call it X. Follow me on X. FioriNick579 over on X. Go follow me on X. Go follow me on Instagram. That is my Instagram, Nicholas Fiore 2014. Go follow me on Instagram. Facebook at Nicholas.Fiore.31. And then TikTok at Furious Nation. For the social media links to go follow me on. And we are going to start talking about Raw last night. Not much happened on Raw last night outside of the ending, where Braun Breaker speared Jey Uso and Roman Reigns both through the barricade, which I thought looked great. And then, so there was that with the ending, all the other stuff, and then the opening. The opening segment and the ending really did for me. The rest, it wasn't bad, but it was just not much. But we have the show now. Raw last night was live from Detroit, Michigan. Might I say Detroit was a very good crowd last night. Very loud crowd last night. So let's say shout out to Detroit. You guys showed up last night. Very good job, you guys. Very good crowd Detroit was last night. So shout out to Detroit. So we had the show start off last night with the Raw roster on the stage as Triple H. He gives his speech with him giving a 10-bell salute to Hulk Hogan, who passed away last Thursday. They had one on SmackDown. Now they had one again on Raw. throughout Raw last night. They had Hulk Hogan tribute videos of where Hogan body slammed Andre the Giant WrestleMania 3. And then they had Randy Savage, Hulk Hogan WrestleMania 5, etc., etc. Hulk Hogan joining the NWO at Bash at the Beach 1996 and going heel. Rock and Hogan WrestleMania 18. And they did a 10-bell salute for Hulk Hogan and a little tribute package for Hulk Hogan. Very beautiful video package, like it was on Friday. And I again, like I said moments ago, I had a Hulk Hogan tribute video to pay honor and tribute to Hulk Hogan. That was last Thursday, hours after it was announced that Hulk Hogan sadly passed away. That is up on the channel. Definitely go check that out. Highly recommend checking it out. Really, really good listen. So they had a 10-bell salute and a nice video package for Hulk Hogan. One of the greatest of all time. Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan, brother. One of the greatest of all time. May not have been the best person, but as a wrestler, he was an icon. One of the greatest to ever lace up a pair of boots. And there will never be another. And still, 5 days later after his passing, I'll be completely honest with you guys, it still does not feel real. Even thought of this today during my work shift today. And no one even expected Hulk Hogan to go. And he was 71 years old. And we lost a legend for sure. And again, I gotta say, rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. My heart goes out to the entire Hogan family and the fans and friends of Hulk Hogan. We love you, Hulk. We miss you. We love you, Hulk. We'll miss you. And rest in peace, brother. Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. Rest in peace to the immortal Hulk Hogan, brother. So then after that, after the Hogan 10-bell salute and Hogan tribute video package, we then get the opening segment of Jey Uso coming out. His music hits. You see the drone shot, and they have Jey Uso's music hit. They have pan Jey Uso yeeting with the crowd, and he's going down the crowd ways. He's yeeting more. Then he does this again, and then he's about to eat for another several minutes, and then you hear Paul Heyman's voice, "Ladies and gentlemen," and I was like, oh God, please don't tell me Jey Uso's gonna eat again more. And then Paul Heyman cuts him up. I'm like, yes, thank God, because I didn't want to see Yeet Man eat another several minutes, taking up more TV time. Love Jey Uso, but still, we don't need too much eating. Okay, I can only handle so much. So I'm sure Adam Carl would probably think the same way. So Heyman cuts off Jey Uso. He's like, ladies and gentlemen. Then Heyman gets booed out of the building. And then Heyman hears the boo. It's like, no, my name is not Boo. And I sat there, laughed my ass off hearing to that. It was like, oh, that was a nice, that was a very nice line ball by Paul Heyman, man. Heyman just knows how to work the crowd. Love Paul Heyman. So Heyman cuts Jey off. He's cutting a promo. He says that Jay's over-reliance on family is going to lead him to destruction, saying he's been misled. And he brought up that Roman Reigns didn't pick Jay to become the next tribal chief, even though Roman Reigns called Jey Uso main event Jey Uso from the originally when Roman Reigns was on his early parts of his heel run for 4 years. And Heyman brought up that Reigns didn't even pick you, Jay, to become the next tribal chief, but Reigns picked Solo Sikoa, and look how that turned out. So this gets Jay all angry. And then Heyman also claims that Jay's entire family has been lying to him his whole entire life. Heyman then says that he's telling Jay this because he loves Jay. Then Jay ends up telling Heyman that he doesn't play about his family, and he will pull up for them anytime. Jay then says, bump that. They're going to run that shit back. And as the crowd goes crazy, as Jay then yeets all over them as well, with the 4 letters, 1 word, yeet. And that was the opening segment of Monday Night Raw last night. good segment. Got the job done. Love the heat. Love the heat that Paul Heyman got, and he pretty much berated the crowd, and as the good heel he was, that was good stuff. Glad he caught up Jey Uso, so Jey didn't have to do more eating, and it kind of set up the main event of the later in the evening, Bronson Reed versus Jey Uso, and it did get the job done for the main event. We do have Jey Uso, Roman Reigns versus Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed at SummerSlam this Saturday, night one. It's on night one, and it's a tag team match. Adam Carl and I predicted Saturday on episode 5 of the Forbidden Podcast that Roman Reigns and Jey Uso would win. I'm still going with that, but deep down, I really want Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed to win because the Seth faction does need something to get up off their feet with. And I feel like a win over Roman and Jey would speak a lot of volumes for Bronson and Braun, especially if Braun Breaker is in there with Roman Reigns. And if Braun pins Roman, I think that would come off huge. And honestly, Roman could take a loss here and he would be fine. But I think Roman, since it's his first match back since WrestleMania, I think Roman and Jey wins. I would be very surprised if they don't win and Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed go over instead. I want Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed to win, but I think Roman Reigns and Jey Uso are going to win. And I think also reason why, because I think Seth Rollins is cashing in for the world title successfully at SummerSlam. And we may get Seth and Roman for the world title at Clash in Paris August 31st, so who knows? That's another reason why. Still stick with Roman and Jey winning, but this was a good opening segment of Raw last night. By the way, guys, so I'm doing this what I just did now. Something's bothering me in the back of my teeth, so I apologize if I'm acting weird with that. There's something really bothering me in the back of my teeth, so I really apologize for that. So try not to worry about that. So just letting you guys know that. So let me go to the first match of the night. The Judgment Day, Roxanne Perez, Raquel Rodriguez, and Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles and the Kabuki Warriors of Kairi Sane and Asuka. This was fun, actually. This was a fun match. We have AJ and the Kabuki Warriors winning after Kairi and AJ did some double team move where Kairi's run the ropes and AJ gives her a boost up, flies Kairi over the top rope for Kairi to give the insane elbow to, I think, Roxanne Perez on the outside. Like Styles launching Kairi over the top rope. Kairi hits Rodriguez, rather, not Roxanne, hits Raquel Rodriguez with the insane elbow with the popper from AJ Styles, the launch from AJ Styles. So Styles and Dominic are the legal men in the ring. Styles hits Dominic with the phenomenal forearm. Beautiful, phenomenal forearm. 1, 2, 3. And AJ Styles pins the Intercontinental Champion Dominic Mysterio in the 6-man tag team match. Now, Dominic, IC champion, was pinned in the 6-man tag by AJ, who he's defending the IC title against this Sunday at SummerSlam. Usually when someone stands tall on the go-home show, usually their chances are not good winning at SummerSlam. And since AJ stood tall here last night in the go-home show for the Raw side for SummerSlam this weekend, I don't think AJ's chances fare well with him winning the IC title off Dominic this Sunday at SummerSlam Night 2. So I was going AJ Styles winning the IC title from Dominic this Sunday. He should. But after watching Raw last night, I think Dominic somehow cheats to beat AJ, and I think they continue this going into Clash in Paris, and maybe that's where they give AJ Styles the Intercontinental title at Clash in Paris. So maybe that's the direction that they want to go with, but I'm still sticking to my guns. I think AJ should win the Intercontinental Championship this Sunday, SummerSlam Night 2 from Dominic Mysterio. So I'm still sticking with that. But this was a fun 6-man tag. AJ Styles and the Kabuki Warriors win this match. We then go to a backstage skit with Grayson Waller with the New Day and Sheamus. They have a backstage thing from earlier in the day on that Raw last night. Leads to the next match, Sheamus versus Grayson Waller. Some decent stuff. Sheamus dominates most of the match. There was one spot that Grayson Waller did some DDT on the apron, outside apron to Sheamus. Looked crazy, man. So that was a nice spot from Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller's a very good wrestler, but he's not doing much right now. And they broke up A-Town Down Under. I don't know what's going on with Austin Theory. I don't know if he's getting released or whatnot, but hopefully it leads to something down the line of Austin Theory versus Grayson Waller. Hopefully they know what they're doing with those two guys, because both Theory and Waller are very talented. They're too talented to just be wasting away. And they could be something in that Raw mid-card for the Intercontinental title. So hopefully they know what they're doing with that. We get Sheamus getting the comeback on Grayson Waller. He hits a 10-beat to the Belgium. Rusev then tries to get involved and cost Sheamus the match, but Sheamus knocks him down. Sheamus then hits Grayson Waller with the bro kick for the 1-2-3. Sheamus wins. Post-match, Rusev attacks Sheamus, and he puts Sheamus in the accolade. Referees are trying to tell him to break up the hold, and he eventually does. Sheamus is down and out. Pretty much a squash with Sheamus destroying Grayson Waller, but Sheamus and Rusev still continuing their feud after the two matches they've had recently, where the first one Rusev won, which was good, and the second one Sheamus won, which was good as well. I would hope this match is for SummerSlam, a third match with Sheamus versus Rusev at SummerSlam, but they may not do that. They may or may not do that. I would hope it is on SummerSlam, because SummerSlam could use two more matches, one more for night one, and then one more for night two this weekend for SummerSlam at MetLife Stadium. But they do have Clash in Paris on August 31st in Paris, France. They might have Sheamus vs. Rusev Part 3 for that show in front of that really, really good Paris crowd. So that might be where they're going with the third match between the two. But I'm liking what Rusev's doing. Feuding with guys like Sheamus is going to get Rusev over to where he needs to be. Like Adam Carl said, you're never going to get Rusev over with him facing guys like Akira Tozawa or Otis. But now, with Rusev feuding guys like Sheamus, now this is getting Rusev over. And you see it, especially from last night. So they're continuing this. I don't mind it. I hope it's for SummerSlam. If it's not, I could absolutely see Sheamus versus Rusev Part 3 on August 31st at Clash in Paris. We then, after that, go to a Naomi backstage interview. She's interviewed by Jackie Redmond. She talks trash about Io Sky, and Rhea Ripley says she's smarter than them, and says she's going to prove it to them, especially in the 8-woman tag of Naomi and Chelsea Green and the Secret Service versus Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Nikki Bella, and Stephanie Becker. She had an 8-man tag, which there was all those 8 ladies in an 8-woman tag last night on Monday Night Raw. And then we go to, and by the way, this is a very good backstage promo with Jackie Redmond with the Women's World Champion Naomi. Really good stuff. Naomi is killing it in this heel role, she's doing some of the best work of her career right now since going heel early this year. She's just been fucking killing it as a heel. I'm very happy she's Women's World Champ on Raw. And she's just doing really well for herself. So I just want to say that I like this heel Naomi. She's just really good, a whole nother level. She's just really, really good. So she's a Women's World Champion on Raw. Happy to see it. We then go to the next segment of the show. Lyra Valkyria, she's wearing these big high blue shoes. She calls them Becky Lynch Stompers. And she does a little jig, which I was not a fan of. Then Valkyria's cutting this promo. She gets what chance. And Becky Lynch's music hits. She comes from behind, but Valkyria thinks ahead of her. Valkyria hits the ropes and dives to the opposite side of the ring, taking out Becky Lynch with the boots to the outside. So Lyra thinks a couple steps ahead of Becky Lynch. Becky runs away. And Then Lyra tries a kendo stick with Becky. Counters, fights back, only for Lyra to fight back, right back to Becky. And Becky retreats. Lyra's in the ring. And that was that for the segment. I was not a fan. Lyra Valkyria didn't cut her best promo here at all. Personality-wise, most of this feud, Becky Lynch has really brought the personality out of Lyra Valkyria, but last night was one of Lyra's off nights. I was not a fan of it. I'm not sure who produced Lyra's promo, but it was not good last night. So Lyra still needs work on her promos, but her in-ring work speaks for itself. Really good, but as far as promo-wise, last night was not a good promo. They got to do better with that. So I was not a fan of it as promo last night. However, Becky Lyra 3, they think, it's on night 2. This Sunday for SummerSlam night 2. It's on for night 2 this Sunday night at MetLife for SummerSlam. I said it with Adam Carl on the Forbidden Podcast episode 5 this past Saturday. Becky and Lyra could potentially steal the entire SummerSlam weekend because their first 2 matches was very good. I expect no different with this third match between the two of them on SummerSlam night 2 this Sunday night. I still think Lyra wins back the IC title from Becky on Sunday. Should be really, really good. Despite not a good promo from Lyra Valkyria last night on Raw, this match on Sunday should still be very good though, and I'm looking forward to it. I think Lyra wins back the championship. I don't know if Becky's going to go away for a little bit. And they did tease Bayley last night talking about in a backstage promo that, I was off WrestleMania, now I'm off SummerSlam. And kind of like pretty much Bayley saying she's hitting rock bottom. Pretty much. And Bayley had no words. I think they're making this into a storyline. Bayley could possibly go heel following SummerSlam. Either Bayley costs Lyra the IC title this Sunday at SummerSlam night 2, or Lyra beats Becky clean to win back the IC title this Sunday. And then following SummerSlam, we get Bayley going heel. And we get a heel Bayley and face Lyra for the women's IC title. Going into Clash in Paris, I would not mind that. Or at least going into the fall. I think that would be good stuff. I think that would be good stuff. Especially if Becky Lynch is going to go away for a little bit. And that's a big if. So, not sure what's going on, but as of late, they are teasing this Bayley heel turn. And I like Bayley, but I think she works better as a heel than as a face. This face Bayley lately, it's just been underwhelming, and it could use a change. Now, if you turn Bayley heel, and Adam Carl brought up this good point Saturday, episode 5 of the Forbidden Podcast, that if you turn Bayley heel, that it was said that Bayley and Becky have been feuding for years, and if Bayley goes heel soon, you're going to have to explain that. So I don't know how they do it, what they do, but we'll see what happens. Bayley, I think, could go heel. I think she probably could use a heel turn. As far as Lyra and Becky goes this Sunday, SummerSlam Night 2, I think Lyra Valkyria is becoming the first 2-time IC champion this Sunday at SummerSlam Night 2. So that's still my prediction for that match. We then go to a sit-down interview with Corey Graves interviewing Sami Zayn, talking about Sami's match with Karrion Kross this Saturday, SummerSlam Night 1, which Sami and Kross will be on Night 1 on Saturday night. Karrion Kross then interrupts and tells Sami that, listen, all this time I've been telling you the truth, Sami, and you got to believe me. Pretty much Kross saying that. Almost similar to Patrick Clark, the Velveteen Dream, and Aleister Black in NXT Black and Gold, where Patrick Clark, the Velveteen Dream, was like, Aleister Black, say my name, Velveteen Dream. And then at TakeOver War Games 2017, Survivor Series 2017 weekend in Houston, Texas, I think, or Aleister at TakeOver beat Velveteen. And following the match, Aleister finally said Velveteen's name, Velveteen Dream. So it's kind of a playbook out of this feud. Here with Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross is a very good promo. Now he does have a contract coming up very, very soon in August. I don't know if this Karrion Kross' last match with SummerSlam this Saturday. With SummerSlam Night 1 this Saturday. According to reports, Karrion Kross with Scarlett has still not signed a new deal. I don't know what to think of that. However, I think that Kross and Scarlett have signed a new deal, but they're not letting the dirt sheets know because they don't want the dirt sheets spoiling or ruining anything. They don't want them knowing the fucking thing. And I can respect Kross for that because the dirt sheets ruin pretty much everything in wrestling. They always leak shit out, and it's fucking annoying. So I don't blame Karrion Kross for that one bit. I think Kross has re-signed, but he's keeping it very, very secretive. I think Kross has re-signed. I think it would be foolish to just let him go, especially the work he's been doing lately, which I think has been very good. And I think for the past month now, Karrion Kross has had a new t-shirt. So it's like, why would you have a new shirt of Karrion Kross a month ago and then he just leaves? It just doesn't make sense. You know? I think Karrion Kross has signed a new deal, but he's not telling anybody about it. He's keeping it under the vest, I think. So I think Karrion Kross stays. I don't think he's going anywhere. I don't think Karrion Kross and Scarlett are going anywhere. If they go to AEW, that's not an option. AEW, they're just going to get lost in the shuffle big time. If they do leave, they could go to TNA. But I do think they end up staying with WWE. I think that's the best option. So it should be a good match on Saturday, but I want Karrion Kross to win, but something tells me Sami Zayn's going to win. But not a bad sit-down interview with Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross here. We then go to the 8-woman tag. Chelsea Green and the Secret Herbis. This is Alba Fire and Piper Niven teaming with the Women's World Champion Naomi. They take on the team of Nikki Bella, La Primera, Stephanie Vecchia, Io Sky, and Rhea Ripley, who got a big pop, by the way, last night. And I'm watching on the stage when Rhea made her entrance, and she's on the stage as Rhea with Io, Nikki Bella, and Stephanie Vecchia. Man, what a super team this was. So I want to say that looked cool. And this match is actually very fun, by the way. I enjoyed this. The match ended with Vecchia pinning Green off of Stephanie Vecchia's finisher called the SVB. It's that double underhook like into a backbreaker. I don't think that's a good finisher for Stephanie. I think if there's one negative about Stephanie Vecchia, it's her finisher. I think she should have a better finisher than the SVB. I think it feels more like a signature move than a finishing move. So I think they kind of need to change that up a little bit. But other than that, Stephanie Vecchia is great. She's awesome. Love Stephanie Vecchia. Woman is great. Can never go wrong with Stephanie Vecchia. Can never go wrong with Io Sky. Can never go wrong with Rhea Ripley. Can never go wrong with Naomi either. And then Nikki Bella. I actually want to point this out. I'm not the biggest Bella Twins fan at all. However, recently, as of late, with just Nikki Bella, I just want to put this out there. Nikki Bella lately has not been that bad. She's been a little tolerable. And she's been less cringe, a bit of an easier pill to swallow these past recent weeks. I just want to throw that out there. Under Vince, she was just so forced down everyone's throats, just very unnatural. But as of late, she's not been like that, and she's actually been very tolerable on television. She's shown she can still go and still keep up with the current women wrestlers currently today in WWE. She's not being shoved down her throats when Vince was in charge. She's working with the younger ladies and she's putting them over, making them look good. And I think as of late she's been a joy. So she's been very tolerable as of late. I just want to throw that out there regarding Nikki Bella. And we got David Pun in the chat. Hi, Nick. You watching NXT? No, not at this time. If there's anything going on NXT, definitely let me know. I don't really watch NXT much. I mean, yes and no. I watch NXT, yes and no. But it's hard to keep up when it's just the show's just not good. It just I don't know what it is about the show. The talent's very good there, but it's the writing. It feels like it's written for like high schoolers, and it's just not good, and it needs to change. It's just I don't know how you feel. That's just how I feel. I've been feeling it the past recent weeks. And all NXT, but that's just my opinion. But thank you, David Pondan, for showing up here in the chat. So we got Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Stephanie Vetker, Nikki Bella winning this 8-woman tag. Some fun stuff. We then go to the World Tag Team title match of Finn Balor and JD McDonough of the Judgment Day defending against the LWO's Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro. It was just there. The Judgment Day, they retain. Judgment Day retains after some random person in a mask looked like another El Grande Americano interfered and pushed Del Toro off the top rope, allowing Balor to hit the coup de grace for the 1-2-3 and for Balor and McDonough to retain their World Tag Team titles. Nothing much to really say here. The Raw Tag Division is not good at all. They have no division. The SmackDown Tag Division is so much better than Raw's. It's like night and day. It's not even funny. I mean, what else do you want me to say? I didn't really care for this match. LWO was never going to win the titles. I'm just not really invested, like as when I should be. But we got El Grande Americano running down to ringside, hopping the apron. We got Dragon Lee coming out, taking out Kaiser, who's dressed as El Grande Americano. Then we got another El Grande Americano, looks like Pete Dunne. I don't know really what to think of it. I mean, Pete Dunne hasn't been seen in months on television, and it looks like he's in this mask, and I don't know really what to think, but I gotta think like this. What are we doing with Pete Dunne? Like, this is what they're doing with him. I mean, I know it's better than him not on TV at all, but I mean, I don't like it. I don't like it. I think Pete Dunne is better than this. I don't think everyone needs to be in a lucha mask. I don't know where this is. I mean, it's not awful, but I don't know where it's going. I don't know where it's going. I think that's the big thing of all. Where is this going? I don't know. I wish I could tell you. I don't work for the company. So I honestly, I wish I could tell you. I don't know where it's going. But right now, I don't really like it. I think Pete Dunne is worth so much better than this. And Tyler Bate, his new Catch Republic tag team partner, still on TV. It was reports saying that he's not injured. He's still waiting to get opportunity on TV. I don't know if they're gonna have him as a heel as a El Grande Americano mask. I don't know. I don't think I like that at all. I don't know what they're doing with Tyler Bate or Pete Dunne, man, and Ludo Kaiser. What are they doing with these guys, man? They're so talented, and they could be so much in the men's mid-card division for the men's IC title on Raw, and they're having them in El Grande Americano lucha masks. And I don't think this would be a thing at all if Chad Gable, original El Grande Americano, didn't get injured. And I think Chad Gable's injury kind of changed this. I don't know. That's just my opinion, but Pete Dunne is possible another El Grande Americano. Again, I don't know where it's going, but so far I'm not really liking it. So, not liking it at all. We then go to the next part of the show, the in-ring segment between the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther and CM Punk. This was actually a very good segment. In fact, their segment here was much better than their segment from last week where Gunther didn't get much time to talk against Punk a week ago. This one was better. We had Gunther talking on the mic, crowd chants, "You tapped out." Gunther says he made CM Punk understand he can't call himself the best in the world. Most importantly, Gunther made CM Punk shut the hell up. Then the Cult of Personality music hits as Punk makes his way down to the ring. Gunther gives a cocky smirk at Punk. And Punk has the mic. He says he wasn't speechless. He was dumbfounded, he says. Punk says he realized standing across Gunther last week He doesn't want to be the world heavyweight champion. So Punk says he doesn't want to be world champion. He says he needs to be world heavyweight champion. Punk says he needs it like air to breathe, or like blood pumping through his veins. Punk says he doesn't drink or smoke, but Punk says he understands addiction. He says this place, the WWE, is his addiction. He says, Gunther, you're right. Punk doesn't deserve to call himself the best in the world. He earned it. Gunther then tries to tell Punk to shut up, but Punk puts his hand over Gunther's mic and tells him that he wasn't finished. Punk says there are levels to this, but Gunther isn't on it. CM Punk then says at SummerSlam, Gunther will know what it means to stand in the ring with the best in the world. And that was the Gunther CM Punk segment. Very good stuff. Very good promo last night between Gunther and CM Punk. Their segment last night was much better than their segment from last week, where Gunther didn't get much time to talk. Maybe because they didn't want Gunther getting buried on the mic last week so bad by CM Punk. Who knows? But this segment was much better than their segment last week. Their segment last night was very, very good. And it got the job done for their build going into their match for SummerSlam Night 1 this Saturday, which it will be on Night 1. I think Punk versus Gunther, I think one of two things. Punk wins, beats Gunther, becomes the new world champ. Afterwards, Seth cashes in on Punk, leaves SummerSlam and MetLife with the world title to Seth Rollins. Or Seth cashes in during Punk versus Gunther like he did during Brock versus Roman for WrestleMania 31. We have Heist of the Century #2 this Saturday at SummerSlam at Night 1 at MetLife Stadium. So that's another possibility. And they could do that. And they could have Punk eat the pin when Gunther doesn't have to eat the pin. And Seth can pin Punk to win the match. And Seth can pin Punk to win the match. Make a triple threat, win the match, and walk out with the world title instead of CM Punk. And Seth did also mention in the past before Seth got hurt recently, he said to Punk that you won't be world champion as long as I'm alive. And Seth did mention that. And if Seth cashes in during the match and makes a triple threat and leaves SummerSlam with the world title to Seth Rollins, that would fit into the line perfectly. And it makes all the logical sense in the world. So I was going with Punk beating Gunther, then Punk gets cashed in by Seth after the match, and Seth leaves MetLife with the title. But I'm actually going with the other one. I'm going to change my prediction on that. I'm actually going with that one, how Seth cashed in on Brock and Roman WrestleMania on Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns for WrestleMania 31. How Seth cashed in that way. I would say Seth cashes in that way again, but this time at SummerSlam and MetLife with during Gunther versus CM Punk. I think that's the better way to go about it. And just makes more sense that way, I think, too. And Gunther doesn't have to eat the pin. And Gunther can lose the title in a cash-in triple threat. Seth can win the title, but doesn't have to pin the champion Gunther in the match. And Seth can pin Punk and win the title, walk and leaves MetLife Stadium in New Jersey with the world title. And with Seth Rollins leaving New Jersey and MetLife with the world title, and Gunther doesn't have to eat, and Gunther doesn't have to be involved in the decision to lose his championship. And that way it protects Gunther. And maybe you do that, and you can have Seth versus Gunther for the world title at Clash in Paris. I think I would not have no issue with that. You could do Seth versus Punk Clash, Seth versus Roman at Clashes. A lot you can do. And I do think the Seth Rollins injury is a work, and no one's reporting the diagnosis or the seriousness of the injury. And not many people are talking about it. So I think the whole Seth Rollins injury is a work. And I think we see Seth Rollins on Night 1 this Saturday, and I think we get a new world champion this Saturday, but it's not going to be CM Punk. It's going to be a visionary Seth Rollins. And I think Seth wins the title at SummerSlam Saturday, Night 1 this Saturday. And Seth holds the world title from SummerSlam this Saturday up until WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas next April, where Seth Rollins drops the world title to Sami Zayn, who I do think wins the Rumble next January in Saudi. And then Sami Zayn can beat Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight title next April at WrestleMania 42. Boom. I think that would be great. I think that would be really great. So I think the whole Seth Rollins injury is a work. I think we see him Saturday, and I think Seth Rollins steals the world title this Saturday at MetLife SummerSlam night number 1. But this is a really good promo segment. Last night with CM Punk and Gunther. Looking forward to their match, Gunther versus Punk, for SummerSlam Saturday, night 1 this Saturday night. And again, I think Seth cashes in and wins the world title this Saturday as well. And then we go to the main event. Main event, Jey Uso versus Big Bronson Reed. This was fine for what it was. We got Jey Uso winning by disqualification. We got Jey Uso winning by DQ after Braun Breaker runs down the ramp and spears Jey Uso. Referee calls for the bell. Jey wins by DQ. Post-match, Breaker and Reed attack Jey Uso, and then Roman Reigns music hits. He makes the save. Reigns and Jey then set up double spears on the outside of the ring. Breaker then out of nowhere surprises Reigns with a vicious spear while Reed simultaneously cuts Jey Uso's spear off with a lariat, which looked vicious. Braun Breaker then spears Jey. Reed then crushes Jey with a tsunami. Following that, Reed then crushes Roman Reigns with a tsunami. Breaker then does Reigns. All this is mind speech. And then Braun Breaker spears Jey and Reigns through the barricade simultaneously, which I thought looked fucking great. And then Reigns then steals Reigns' sneakers following. In Heyman's faction, Braun Breaker, and then the Paul Heyman faction of Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, they stand tall to close out Raw last night. Love the double spear through the barricade to both Jey and Reigns by Braun Breaker simultaneously through the barricade. I thought that looked fucking awesome. Braun Breaker's a stud. He's one of the future pieces of your company, and that is how you build a new startup. I thought that looked fucking awesome, so absolutely love that. A really good ending to last night's Raw. That segment. Match didn't do much, but it was following that mattered the most. So that was a good ending of Raw last night. Good beginning, good end of Raw last night. Everything else didn't really do a whole lot to get you more excited for SummerSlam this weekend. But I mean, I'm excited because I'm going to be there both nights, this Saturday and Sunday. Being at MetLife, the first ever 2-night SummerSlam. I've not been to MetLife since WrestleMania 35 2019, year before COVID hit. So I'm looking forward to being there this weekend and seeing everybody. If you guys are going to be there, I will be there. Hopefully I run into you guys this Saturday and Sunday, SummerSlam night 1 and night 2. It wasn't horrible Raw last night, but didn't do a whole lot to get you more excited for SummerSlam this weekend. But we do have SummerSlam this Saturday and Sunday, looking like a really good card. It should be a good show this Saturday and Sunday, and the card looks pretty good. So yeah, we got SummerSlam this Saturday and Sunday. And again, I will be at MetLife there Saturday and Sunday, both night 1 and night 2. So again, if some of you are going to be there Saturday and Sunday, I will be there. So I really, again, hope to see you guys, some of you guys there. And that is that for the Raw post-show review from Raw last night, July 28th of 2025. Make sure you hit the like on the video. Make sure you subscribe to Fiorace Nation. If you haven't done so already, if you're new watching this, make sure you subscribe to Fiorace Nation. Hit the bell for all notifications when you do subscribe to Fiorace Nation. That way you get the uploads and notifications when I'm going live, etc., etc. And all the other good stuff. So make sure you hit the bell for all notifications when you do subscribe to Fiorace Nation. And again, hit the like on the video as well. It'd be greatly appreciated. Go check out my other content, the Hulk Hogan tribute video last Thursday, the SmackDown Watch Party last Friday with me and Mitch from SmackDown last Friday, Adam Carl Night last Saturday, episode 5 of the Forbidden Podcast. And then this Friday, look forward to the SmackDown Watch Party this Friday night with SmackDown, 8 p.m. Me and Adam Carl for that, 8 p.m. this Friday night on SmackDown, 8 p.m. live here on YouTube. Myself and Adam Carl look forward to that. Now, for SummerSlam this Saturday and Sunday, I will be live there both night 1, night 2. I am thinking of a SummerSlam night 1 poster review during the day, sometime Sunday. Then for night 2, sometime during the day, Monday. So look forward to that. As I'll be there at SummerSlam live, both night 1, night 2, live this Saturday and Sunday. So that will most likely be the case going forward. Night 1 review for night 1 review for SummerSlam during the day this Sunday, and then a post show review for SummerSlam night 2 during the day this Monday. So that will be the most likely scenario. I appreciate you guys showing up here. Love all you. I love every single one of you. Appreciate every single one of you. I have no idea how appreciative I am. So I just want to say thank you. And I appreciate you showing up. Thank you guys so much for joining. And I'm sorry this is late, but because of what I said earlier in this video, for specific reasons. But the one for next Tuesday, for the Raw after SummerSlam next Monday, that post-show Raw review for next Tuesday should be up at a much different and better time. So look out for that as well. But I appreciate you showing up here regardless, and it is very much appreciated, and I appreciate every single one of you. So I want to say 2 words to all of you. Thank you. Appreciate you guys showing up. Thank you so much for joining. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night. And I will see you next time here on YouTube for the SmackDown Watch Party this Friday night with SmackDown. This Friday night, 8 p.m., SmackDown Watch Party with me, Nick Fiore of Furious Nation, and Adam Carl. They're the SmackDown Watch Party this Friday night, 8 p.m. Be there. Have a good rest of your Tuesday night. And I will see you this Friday night, 8 p.m. for the SmackDown Watch Party here on Furious Nation Hardcore Sports here on YouTube. Love every single one of you. See you Friday night for SmackDown this Friday night, 8 p.m. for the SmackDown Watch Party. Myself and Adam Carl. Peace out.